effects of this fever caused her to lose both her sight and her hearing. So Helen discovered that everybody could communicate differently with her. They could talk, they could see, they could hear, and she started throwing very frequent tantrums. So her mom left them to get a woman named Anne Sullivan. And then Helen was told that Anne was to meet the teacher. One normal afternoon, Anne took Helen out to the water park, and she spelled the word W-A-T-E-R in the palm of Helen's hand, and she discovered, and she put the flowing water on Helen's other hand, so that was a discovery that was water. Helen went everywhere asking, what is this and what is that? She wanted to know what everything was. That was her discovery. So 5 words to describe her would definitely be courageous, intelligent, honorable, intelligent, and generous. And Helen would go to the veterans areas and people who had lost legs, arms, eyes, and everything. People with disabilities, for example. And Helen would say, "You're not hopeless. You can still do all these things." Look at me. She wrote 10 books with a typewriter, being blind and deaf. The first one was The Story of My Life in 1903. The second was The World I Live in 1908. The next one was Out of the Dark in 1913. Then we skipped all the way down to 1927 to go to My Religion, and then Midstream in 1929. And then, sadly, in 1936, Anne Sullivan dies. So they hire a woman named Paula Thompson to replace Anne Sullivan. Then in 1938, Helen writes journal, and her last and final book in 1955 was Teacher, Anne Sullivan Macy. Helen, she was just an inspiration for everybody. And another interesting fact was that when Helen was about my age, 10 or 11, she was holding a bucket of water, and she spilled it all over her hands and her dress and everything. So she went to the fire to try to dry herself. She couldn't feel anything, so she went closer and closer and closer, and finally her skirt caught on fire. So she started to scream, and luckily her maid was there and put out the fire. But that day, Helen almost died at a very young age. So she was born June 27th, 1880 in Tuscumbia, Alabama, and died 1968. June 1st in her home in Connecticut. She was living in Connecticut when she had died. But she died a very peaceful death. She wasn't in pain or anything, but she died very peacefully. Here she's about 6 or 7. She graduated from Radcliffe College in 1904. And Helen was in her old ages. This is Helen in her old ages. And the timeline represents the middle ages and old ages, as we did here. Little, middle ages, old ages. And Helen was just an inspiration for everybody.